Hey, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to share with you the dark cure for depression. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, before I get into that, I'm going to share with you a little bit about my history because anytime I watch a spiritual teacher, I think to myself, whenever they're talking, I'm like, okay, did they just watch a bunch of Dolores Cannon videos? Did they just watch a bunch of these videos and those videos? And now they're like, well, because I've surrounded myself with all these answers, I now feel as if it's a truth and I'm just going to repeat it. Or did they have an experience to where they actually got this knowledge? I'm here sharing content on social media, and I feel like I'm a very different kind of spiritual teacher because I'm not getting my shit from a book. I'm not getting my shit from Dolores Cannon or Aaron Doughty or whoever the fuck, right? I'm getting my shit from leaving my body as a soul. I'm getting my shit from attempting to kill myself in 2014 and having Archangel Michael appear. I'm getting my shit from having Jesus come to me while I'm having a shower at my old man's house as a clear soul telepathically telling me all this shit. Okay? And for a long time, I thought it was nuts because what I had, after having visitations from Jesus, I started remembering past lives. I started to remember being a soul before I incarnated, talking to my fucking guide and angel team. Okay, you spend a week listening to these spiritual teachers and they're going to tell you that the other side, heaven, is all roses and fucking butterflies. Okay, you're not going to hear that from me. I've already killed some of my angels. Okay, I'm all about team light, but there were some beings that betrayed me that on the light side that needed to die. I've become aware that heaven's actually full of condescending, deceiving pieces of shit. It just kept the high vibration and got there, okay? So for me, I started to have memories, being a soul, talking to my guides and angels, and remembering, telling them that this life path that you've put me on is a bad idea. No, don't worry, son. Just open up your heart and be love and you'll be okay. Well, in 2014, I attempted to take my life, and if it wasn't for Archangel Michael appearing, I wouldn't be here. In fact, my soul would be in hell, so my shithole fucking guidance team was willing to gamble with my soul going to hell. I don't want to get too far off track here. So what is the dark cure for depression? Okay, after I started having all these memories and realizations of the dollar store angelic team I was given to come down to this reality that honestly wasn't really deserving of my presence here, if I was to be honest. But I also think that Jesus never should have came here. I think the consciousness of humanity is pathetic and is not deserving of ascended masters coming here to help a monkey fucking zoo. So anyways, what's the dark cure for depression? Well, I'm going to share with you what I've learned after having multiple visitations from Lucifer and having a fallen angel attached to my auric field. Do you want to know what the dark cure for depression is? You've been depressed for a while and you can't get out of it, and you've tried watching all these roses and fucking butterfly videos to try to snap you out of it, but you're still in the same spot. Okay, take this on for size. This depressed energy you got going on that you've been experiencing for a long time, you just don't give a fuck no more. You're throwing fingers up to the sky. Fuck you, I don't care. Fuck you, I don't care. When you pass away, you're going to go to a vibration that's an equivalent match to that. And I promise you that the afterlife is a lot longer than this life. This life is just a little speck, okay, compared to the afterlife. You do not want to spend 100, 300, 400 years in hell, okay? Why do I say this? It's not because of the shit I've read in the Bible. It's because I remember my soul being in hell and morphing into a black and green fucking blob. And the whole time feeling as if Jesus abandoned me in that life because I was in the army and I ran towards a machine gunner to kill me because I couldn't stand seeing all these 20-year-old soldiers around me dying. What the fuck, Jesus? Why am I in hell? And it's taken me to this lifetime after receiving a visitation from Jesus where he telepathically told me, love is the key. Now, this might not seem like a big deal to you listening to this, but to me, it was life-changing. It came with an energetic download that had like 100,000 other words attached to it. You can worship Jesus all you want, but I'll continuously say this. You go out into traffic and someone cuts you off and you finger them and screaming and you have all this anger in your heart. Worship Jesus all you want. Carry that energy within you. When you pass away, you're going to go to a corresponding reality. It's not 100%. There's a panel that has a lot. I'm not even going to get into that. I've never talked about that. I'm not going to now. But it's 90% energetically where you go. So you've been depressed for a long time. This and that, you don't care anymore. If I'm keeping it 100 with you guys, after Archangel Michael, stopped me from committing suicide in 2014, I still didn't want to be here. Even today, I'm like 43 years old. I feel like I'm 30. I resonate with 30-year-olds more than I do with 40-year-olds. But I feel as if my soul's 300 years old. And if I could, if Yeshua or Jesus would come down and be like, you know what, man, you want to press a button, get the fuck out of here. Don't have to worry about those condescending, deceiving bullshit soul contracts he signed under false pretenses, deceived by the light side, even though I'm about Team Light, some beings that need to be punished. But, I would probably take it. Or at least PVR, fast forward my life 5 times. Now, if you're watching this for the first time, you're probably like, this dude's not healed. But the truth is, I've been to hell and heaven and everywhere in between. I've seen, after working, this is going to sound very egotistical, but after the last 9 years, 10 years of my life working with shamans, spending thousands of dollars, working with Reiki healers and energy healers, for a long time I thought I was crazy, but then I just realized that anyone who's revolutionary in a certain topic is going to think they're crazy for a while, because it's not going to go with everything that everyone is teaching. And when I watch the spiritual community teaching their shit, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're repeating Dolores Cannon. You don't really know what you're talking about. So the dark cure for depression is, do you want to go to hell when you die? Okay, I'm not a Bible thumper. I was just a regular dude who thought I knew everything, and then I tried to end my life in 2014. And after having visitations from Lucifer, keeping it 100, if it wasn't for my belief in the afterlife, I'd be like, peace the fuck out. I've honestly, I've learned to appreciate nature and be happy here. But on the grand scheme of things, I've laid my head down on my pillow. I've woken up. I've done that enough. There's different realities that I'd rather be in than this planet Earth, but it's because of my awareness of the other side that suicide is no longer an option for me. If I ever, pass away and someone says, oh, I committed suicide, you can know for 100% it was a murder, because I would have killed myself a long time ago if it wasn't for my belief in the afterlife. But I've had to basically brainwash myself to be happy here. One of the funniest things I've ever heard Teal Swan say was, if you were in a concentration camp and someone was walking around blissed out saying they're so happy and in love, you'd look at them as a fucking crazy person. Well, because of my out-of-body experiences, my visitations from angels, and the knowledge I have of what the fuck this earth is, I see all these light workers and spiritual teachers that are walking around blissed out saying they're in fucking heaven as a little bit delusional. because there's so many other realities that are better than this. This is not my heaven, and I can't wait to get out. I've tried multiple times to shut this shithole down. I've had a being 5 times the size of the planet come up to me and say, "No, sir, you're not doing that." To give you an idea, Jesus is about 30 feet on the other side. That's all I got. The dark side, the dark cure for depression. You don't want to go to hell when you die. Start microdosing mushrooms. Learn to open up your heart. Go to a happy place when you pass away. That's all I got.